Power of Self-Control by Ibrahim El-Feky. Frequently, you hear voices coming from within you and talking to you. So when you wake up in the morning to go to work, you hear two voices arguing inside you. One urging you to get out of bed and get ready for work, and the other advises you to ignore the first sound and go back to sleep. This is how we are as human beings. We always talk to ourselves, and the main problem about the human talking with himself is that most of these conversations are about negative thoughts that generate anxiety and negative feelings. So you think negatively about the presentation that you should present to your department in the company, or the result of the exam that you studied for long hours. The strange thing is that studies show that more than 93% of the events that we think it will cause negative feelings will never happen, and that 7% of them can be controlled, such as the weather or the death. There are 5 basic sources of self-talk or self-programming. The first are the parents. You may see many parents using phrases such as, "You're lazy, you're a disorganized person, can't you do anything as it should be?" There's also a study by Shad Helmstetter in his book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, shows that a person who lived in a reasonably positive family would have received during the first 18 years of his life 148,000 messages containing the word no, whereas positive messages in the same period of time didn't exceed 400 times. And as of the second source, it's the school, where the student spends most of his day there, and friends are considered the third source for self-programming, as the transmission of negative habits between them is substantial and significant. For example, studies show that most of the people who were attracted to the smoking habit were influenced by other people, and that when they are aged between 8 to 15 years. And as for the fourth source, it's the media. You find many people imitating singers and actors and considering them as their role models in life. And finally, the fifth source is yourself, as you, and after a certain period of time, you build your thoughts and opinions about the world that revolves around you. Be to remember, you're today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. Belief and faith are considered the creator of self-control, as it's a powerful force that helps a person achieve success and overcome all the obstacles and barriers that he faces. For example, let's take a look at Walt Disney, who once went to his wife with a caricature of a little mouse and told her that they would make a large fortune because of this mouse. His wife laughed and said, "I hope you haven't said this to anyone else." And actually, Walt Disney was able with his faith and his belief in his dreams to reach the goal he aspired to, as his company presented wonderful works of art that attract the imaginations of children and adults. And in order to understand the importance of belief, we must understand the 5 basic forms of it, which are belief about meaning, reasons, the self, the past, and the future. For example, when talking about smoking, you find the smoker's belief is as follows. About the meaning, cigarettes make me calm. About the reasons, if I stopped smoking, I would gain weight. About the self, I'm a smoker and I enjoy smoking. About the past, my father was a smoker and he lived for 85 years without any health problems. About the future, I can't imagine myself without cigarettes and I will smoke my whole life. But if these people suffered from a specific disease as a result of their smoking, then their faith and belief may change and it becomes as follows. About the meaning, cigarettes mean pain. About the reasons, if I smoke, I will die. About the self, I'm a non-smoker. About the past, I know many people who died from smoking, but my father was lucky. About the future, I will never smoke again. Be to remember, don't be afraid of life. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help you achieve reality. It's said that a manager in one of the entrepreneurial companies made a ground visit to a skyscraper construction project. He came close to one of the workers at the site and asked him, "What are you doing?" Then the worker angrily answered, "I'm breaking stones using this primitive machine. Then I line them up as the site engineer tells us. And this work is very hard and exhausting, and it caused a lot of pain in my back and wounds in my hands." So the manager left him and went to another worker and asked him the same question. And the second worker answered him, "I'm collecting stones according to an accurate and a beautiful engineering design. And this is a hard work, but I earn my living from it for my wife and children, and it's better than remaining unemployed." After that, the manager went to a third worker and asked him the same question. And the worker answered him, "Can't you see that I'm building a skyscraper?" From this story, it becomes clear to us that although all the three workers do the same work, but each one of them has a view that differs from the other. And the positive view of things enables a person to achieve success and happiness and reach his desired goals. It also helps him in achieving self-control. And Gandhi said in this regard, "The only thing that distinguishes between one person and another is the proper view about things." But to remember, any truth that's facing us is not as important as our behavior towards it, because our behavior is the thing that determines our success or failure. Understanding the behavior is one of the most important methods that help you in self-controlling, and according to Dr. Shad Helmstetter's study, behavior means how to act or how not to act. It's one of the most important factors that contribute to our success or failure, as the result you will reach is a reflection of your action and behavior. If you like your work, your performance will be excellent and vice versa, and the same concept can be applied to sports, art, reading, and music. There are many sources that determine your behavior. The first one is external influences, such as the influence of parents on their children's behavior, the school, the friends, and the media. And as for the second source, they are the experiences and expertise that a person acquires during his life, which have a major role in determining his behavior. As for the third source is the self-esteem, where the behavior is affected significantly by your evaluation and appreciation to yourself, and also by your confidence and self-respect. People with low self-esteem usually compensate this deficiency with other behaviors such as binge eating or watching TV for long hours. And on the contrary, people with high self-esteem act confidently and boldly and achieve better results and live a happier life. Finally, the results affect the way we define our behavior. So, for example, if you decided to try a new sport such as skiing, and while practicing it, you fell and broke your leg, this result will generate a behavior that can prevent you from practicing this sport again due to the risks that accompany it. But to remember, the one who understands people is wise, and the one who understands himself is open-minded. Thanks for watching. Please follow our social media accounts. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.